Boom, hey, what's going on, everybody? So just wanted to hop on and do a quick review of a play that our members and myself took earlier today. And just to really break it down as quick as possible and make it, help you guys to realize that it doesn't take a long time in the markets to make a lot of money. One of the reasons why we like to trade is because we don't want to be subjected to having our time always be the caveat to be able to make money. And one of the best ways to do that is in the markets, as long as you have a proven and profitable edge in the markets to be able to do so. So I'm just going to do a quick review of the play we ran today. So at market open, SPX was around 43.86 and had a huge igniting move that led it to about 44.05. So that was what, about, I want to say 15 points or so. Yep, 85, 95, 05. Yep, so about 20 points. Okay. So, this was all in one candle. We're on a 1 minute chart right now. So we saw that a really huge ignition at the beginning of the day. We also had a gap down below because we had gapped up from the day before. Right. So usually when we're, at market open, we want to see, okay, are we going to try and test the gap fill to the downside, or is there potential for this move to keep going up? So once we got this igniting move, we got these 3 candles right here in a row. We have a strategy that we use called the super scalper strategy. And essentially what we're looking for is times like this where we're above the 50 moving average, which is this blue line. And we got our 3 green candles in a row that created higher highs. Now, once we got that move, we knew that, okay, if buyers were able to put 3 candles in a row on the 1 minute chart, chances are that, seller defense is going to come in. The next candle opened up and tried to move higher. And then that's actually what created our defense. You'll see our defense right here. We had these 2 red candles that created lower lows after the 3 green candles. So what that allowed us to do is we were able to mark this level at around 44.08, 44.09 right here, knowing that, okay, if price action, withstands that defense the sellers had and pushes up, there's a chance for it to go higher. Now, of course, most of the questions are like, okay, well, how much higher can it go? Things like that. That's why it's really important to have levels. These levels were ones we had on the day already. And then I have another drawing template that has more levels on it that we ended up transitioning to. But if you could just take a simple 3-bar play, and so what we're going to do is turn this from the 1 minute chart to the 5 minute real quick, because that should capture it. All right, perfect. Yep. Okay, so what you'll see on this 5 minute chart is something that we call a 3-bar play, right? So we got up to about this 44.06 level. We rested here around 43.99 and then broke above that level, right? So you could have taken a break above that level. How do you know how many points you can get in return? Well, if this igniting bar on this 3-bar play, 43.86, to 44.06, right? So that same 20 points. Well, 44.06, 44.16, 44.26, right? So what it tells us is if they, that much momentum was in the igniting move, then there's a potential for that, that same amount of energy, I guess you'll call it, to be projected higher. So that's one easy way to be able to identify profit targets. So we knew we had a max on this move at about 44.25, 44.26 area, which it looks like it's holding and might even be able to push for. But we ended up taking profit up here. So I'm gonna go back to our 1 minute chart real quick. But just trying to give you guys ideas of how you can quantify your profit targets. A 3-bar play is a very easy way to do that because it makes everything really concise. All right, so back on our 1 minute chart, we see we had our we had our igniting move to start the day, pulled back, right? We had our confirmation move here, had our defense move here, and then we were able to take entry on these candles right here. So we took entry there, and we rode it till about the 44.22 mark. I think most of us actually sold at the high of day so far. Now, these kind of plays happen all the time. The key is to, you got to be conscious of them. One of the things that had us a little leery today is that our RSI was in overbought territory. But being that sellers weren't really able to retrace this move here, right? They pulled this move all the way back down here. They pulled this move barely back down here, right? And when we saw that ignition and clearing this wick right here, that's when most of our members did enter. Of course, we had to hold through a little bit of chop as we moved into the 36s, but you'll see we actually ended up bouncing up outside of the 36s for that igniting move to get us up to 44.22. For most of us, this play yielded ease. I know for me, it yielded about 80% return on investment way over here. I had also taken profit at this zone right here, the 44.15 area, just because anytime you get a nice igniting move like that, where you're getting 4, 5, 6, 7 candles in a row in your favor, your options contract is going to beef up pretty hefty. And so, you want to be able to clear a lot of position, manage risk. All right. We know, okay, if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles in a row that are green, the chances that we're going to get some defense coming soon is actually pretty high. And so we got that in this move right here. But then you'll see we bounced on that 44.15 up to the 44.22 level. Right now, it does look like we're trying to bounce on our 50 moving average. We actually have a similar move earlier that's coming to fruition, right? We bounced on the 50. We put in more than 3 green candles above the 50. We had 2 red candles defend, and then we just broke this level just now about the 44.20 mark. So I actually might have members that took entry on this. If not, just waiting for the high of day, the break of the 44.22 level would probably be the most ideal to get back into calls. But remember, this 3-bar play, we knew has a max move of about 44.25, 44.26. So, it's like you can take some contracts, but just be wary of those levels. Above 44.26, though, this thing can fly if it really wants to. Let me load up one more drawing set that I have to show you the levels above. All right, so this is the drawing set we transitioned to as this move was happening, because as you could see, I didn't have any more levels on that one. But I always save my drawing sets so I can go back to them, because you never know when price action will revisit. And we had a 100% Fibonacci retracement from this 44.22 level. I don't know when it was from, but once again, levels are usually relevant like that. So it looks like it's going to try and break for upside more for some continuation. Once again, we know we have our 44.26 level. So let's make sure to pay attention to that. But if we can get over that, you notice all the space that we have in these levels here compared to these down here, right? If you look at these down here, there's a lot of levels. And that's just through days and days of marking places where price action reverses one way or another. But up here, you'll see there's not a lot of those lines, those levels, aka. So that means it could, price action could move very fluidly up through this. My most aggressive mark for today is around the 44.47 to 44.52 level. All right, that's my most aggressive move today. Like it's we can get into the 44.50s again before OPEX. But we got to, of course, see what happens. Simple plays like this can yield great results, as you guys can see. So just make sure to continue to try and find your edge in the markets. Our edge is very simple, right? We look for a confirmation move above the 50. We look for defense. When we break that defense level, we just enter. RSI was a little scary because it was overbought, but there are algos that keep RSI overbought, and we were just gracious enough to catch an algo that kept the RSI in overbought territory even as it was diverging a little bit. Buyers were coming in less and less, but price action was still moving up and up. Looks like we broke our level right now. We're at 44.22. Like I said, 44.26 is the max move for this 3-bar play. So yeah, most of my guys should be taking just either getting ready to take profit on that if they've re-entered the play or have runners. And that is all. So I appreciate you guys running with me today. And this make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be putting up free content like this all the time, just helping you guys understand kind of how we play the markets. I am a day trader. I am a scalper. It's one of the hardest jobs in the markets to do, but with very simple strategies like this, you can yield the results you're looking for.